behalf of Trishakti Defence Academy Lucknow, I welcome you on this show. Today, it's a very proud moment for Trishakti Defence Academy Lucknow as we have with us Utkarsh Singh Yadav, who has cleared his SSB for NDA. He has been recommended, he is medically also through. So we'll be talking to him and getting some tips for you. तो आप लोग अपने पेन पेपर निकाल लीजिए and be ready to note down some tips because he has been recommended and he will give you some very practical and good ideas. Let's hope so. So I'm quite sure it will be a good learning for you after seeing this video. So let's get cracking. Okay, Utkarsh, welcome on the show and congratulations for being recommended for NDA. And I'm quite sure very soon you'll be joining NDA and hope to see you there in the month of January at NDA.
Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. So, viewers, सबसे पहले हम जानना चाहेंगे उत्कर्ष से उत्कर्ष, we would like to know as to how आपने तैयारी कैसे करी? How did you prepare yourself for the SSB as an overall?
Sir, it was my 7th attempt, and previous 6 attempts I was 4 times conference out, and 2 times I was screen out. And I have took the coaching from Trishakti Defence Academy. If I talk about each part of the SSB, like psychology, interview, and the GTO part. In GTO part, I was physically fit, and it was overall an average performance was there in previous all the 6 attempts. But I lagged in 2 of the major SSB parts, which are psychology and interview part. In psychology, I lagged in the SRT portion where usually I used to write 30 to 35 SRTs and the quality was also not up to the mark. So while I was in the coaching and while I was practicing the tips which you have gave, like the SRT should not exceed more than the time limit of 30 seconds. Although there is nothing such a time limit on in SSB or SRT, but during the practice time, we used to practice within 30 seconds, one SRT should be completed. That is the most important point which I took, and I have completed almost 55 SRTs in the SSB. And the TAT part and the WAT part, I have got many new ideas and also the point towards the psychology, like the positive outcome was more. And if I talk about the interview part, sir, in interview, there were some CIQ based questions, like 15 to 20 questions, which were asked rapidly to me in the previous SSBs. So that like the mock interviews which you have taken, those helped me to tackle all the types of questions, and also the current affair which I have from previous 1 month which I have been learned, those were so much important for me. And if I moreover talk about overall performance of the SSB, sir, this time I was pretty much confident. It was because of the practice and the hard work.
Okay, so viewers, it is not that easy to crack SSB. So you need to work hard. अपने पढ़ाई करनी है, खास तौर पर current affairs and overall कैसे उत्कर्ष ने तैयारी करी for SSB. Basically learning for doing an introspection of the previous experience of the SSB, as also and then getting some good tips from this academy, Trishakti Defence Academy Lucknow, and which overall which he practiced, worked hard, and finally that the result paid, the hard work paid. तो एक एक करके चलते हैं उत्कर्ष. लेट्स टेक स्टेज 1. एज यू नो कि स्टेज 1 जो है बहुत जरूरी है. अगर आप स्टेज 1 नहीं क्लियर करेंगे तो स्टेज 2 का सारा कुछ तीनों चीजें जो एग्जामिनर्स होते हैं उनके सामने तो आप जा ही नहीं पाएंगे. So stage 1 is very important. What tips would you like to give to the viewers? How to clear stage 1? How was your performance and how कैसे क्या tip देना चाहेंगे आप?
Sir, firstly, the stage 1 is conducted in 2 parts. Firstly, there is a OIR test which consists of verbal and non-verbal questions. So I think before appearing to the SSB, a candidate should solve at least 20 OIR which are available. So those will help in the SSB. Like there is a time limit. Within the time limit, we have to solve the OIR. It is equally important as the PPDT So I think OIR is one of the major portion to get screened in. Now, if we go further to the picture perception and discussion test, so like there is the time limit of 4 minutes which is given to write the story, and also 30 seconds is given to see the picture. The picture may not be as clear as in the TAT, but it is blur, and we have to write the picture such that the positive outcome should be there, and also there should be a meaning of the story. It should not be like describing the picture. It should be like what took place, what is going on, and what will be the future outcome. That should be the story of the picture which have been shown. Now, if we go to the narration part, so before going to the discussion, there should be a confident and in a proper voice, the narration should be done. So that before going to the discussion part, the all the candidates should know your personality, that this candidate has more like he's more confident. So maybe his story is correct, and also it creates an impression among the group that this candidate is more likely to be selected. So, sir,
Okay.
at the time of narration, I was so much confident, and also I didn't hesitated like whether my story is correct or not correct. I just knew that whatever I have written, it is correct, and that I have to deliver in a better way. So that's what I have done in the narration part. And when it came to the discussion part, I like there is mostly the time there is a chaos which get created. So don't participate in that chaos, because if we look at the assessor's perspective, he's not able to judge anyone of us. So I think don't try to create a chaos. Instead, whenever there is a point, give it in the discussion, and also the point should not be like anything. It should be like which help in the progress of the group discussion. So that
Okay.
point I kept in my mind. And whenever there is a in the GD part, whenever I get a chance to speak, I always give the positive point, and also the point which help in the progress of the discussion. So
Okay. Okay.
overall,
That's
these
great.
all points help me
Okay.
in getting
Okay.
screened. Yes.
ओके सो व्यूअर्स आई एम क्वाइट श्योर, एक तो सबसे पहले आप नोट कर लीजिए कि ओआईआर जो है अब दो पेपर हो गए हैं। पहले इट यूज्ड टू बी सिंगल टेस्ट इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग बोथ दी वर्बल एंड द नॉन वर्बल। अभी जो है वर्बल का अलग होता है, नॉन वर्बल का अलग होता है। आई थिंक रफली 25 मिनट्स जो है दिए जाते हैं, 50-50 क्वेश्चन। सो कीप दैट इन माइंड एंड प्रैक्टिस एज उत्कर्ष ब्रॉट आउट। ओआईआर का भी काफी इंपॉर्टेंस रहता है इन योर सिलेक्शन फॉर स्टेज 2। and a certain good point which he has told that picture जो कि ब्लड होगी उसका परसेप्शन आपका बिल्कुल सही। परसेप्शन मतलब थीम पकड़नी बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज अगर आपकी थीम गड़बड़ हो जाएगी तो आपकी स्टोरी गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, एंड इफ योर स्टोरी गड़बड़ हो जाएगी तो नेचुरली योर सिलेक्शन विल नॉट बी देयर, आप चाहे जितना भी डिस्कशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर लीजिए। एंड थर्ड पॉइंट विच ही ब्रॉट आउट वाज दैट नरेशन पार्ट। नरेशन जो है आपका कॉन्फिडेंट होना चाहिए, बड़ा ये बड़ा क्लियर, बिकॉज half of the battle will be won स्टेज 1 में अगर आपका नरेशन कॉन्फिडेंटली गिवन है। स्टोरी में डिस्कशन में लाइक ब्रॉट आउट फिश मार्केट बनाने की क्या जरूरत है, बिकॉज किसी को कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा कौन क्या बोल रहा है। यू विल गेट अ चांस टू स्पीक, और जब भी आपको मौका मिलता है, जब भी आपका बीच में कोई ब्रेक होता है, उसमें जरूर आप बात करें, डिस्कशन करें। और कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि यू स्टिक टू योर स्टोरी की वही जो है ग्रुप एक्सेप्ट करे। इट कुड बी एनीथिंग। Aim is you should be able to contribute in that story building. So that's great. Now let's come to stage 2. Stage 2 में सबसे पहला टेस्ट psychology, जिसमें you have already in fact brought out TAT and WAT and SRT, जैसे आपने बोला कि you almost completed 55. Let me tell you viewers, यहाँ पे त्रिशक्ति डिफेंस एकेडमी लखनऊ हम लोग आप लोगों को प्रैक्टिस कराते हैं, टाइम प्रैक्टिस कराते हैं, which helps you in performing better in your especially SRT, जो कि वहां पर timed नहीं होता है, and you tend to take your own time. With the result, you end up doing just about 30-35 SRTs, which is not the correct thing, and you will never get recommended. So as Utkarsh has already brought this out in his initial part, so we'll move on to the GTO part. GTO में बताइए, I mean क्या जीडी में आपके टॉपिक्स क्या थे एंड हाउ डिड यू गो अबाउट इट इन डिस्कशन?
Sir, in the GD part, there were two, like GDs conducted in two of the GDs are conducted. First GD will be the choices will be given which the group has to decide, and secondly, there will be no choice. It will be given by the assessor. So first GD, it was about there were two topics were given, and the first GD was about the why there is no development of sports. What is the thing which lags it behind? And some clues were given like talent hunt, infrastructure, and the money or funding. These all. So in the yes, sir. So in that time, GD is not about how much you know. It's about the what's your point of view at that time. Maybe sometimes the GD, the topic is chosen that you may not be able to know what it's about. So I think current affair is equally important. So have some knowledge of current affair that will help not only in the interview part but also in the GTO part. So at that time, the GD which take place in the GTO, it is different from the picture like screening test. In a screening test, the number of people are more, and also we don't know each other. So in GTO part, the chaos is little bit less, but you get proper time to speak. But here the main thing is the content, the thing, what are you speaking? That is more important because it shows what is, yes, sir, because it shows your point of view on anything, and it shows one of the personality, what you think about something. It is positive, negative, or it is logical or not. So these all points in the GD helps us.
So viewers, I'm quite sure कि एक चीज आप लोग अपने दिमाग में बिठा लीजिए कि करंट अफेयर्स इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. करंट अफेयर्स की जब हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें सोशल टॉपिक्स भी आते हैं एंड नेशनली एज वेल एज इंटरनेशनली, बिकॉज ये आपकी बहुत मदद करेगा. चाहे वो लेक्चर में भी आ सकता है, जेडी में भी आ सकता है, इंटरव्यू में भी आपसे पूछा जा सकता है. So you cannot escape from knowing about what is happening in India and outside India, so which is very important. And Utkarsh ने भी वही चीज बताई है. So let's go now to the outdoor side. PGT हम सबसे पहले लेते हैं. आपको PGT कैसा लगा and were you able to take lead? कहीं ना कहीं कुछ lead लिया था आपने?
Yes, sir. Sir, the most interesting part overall in the SSB was for GTO only because I enjoyed it 2 days very much. Sir, in the PGT part, first there are four obstacles. In the increasing order, the difficulty level increases. So the first one, I didn't took the initiative. In the first part, I led the group to take the initiative and cross it because it was easier, and also I stayed in the middle, not in the last, not in the front, but I was in the middle so that the participation should be there. Then after that, moving to the second, third, and fourth part, as the level of difficulty increases, I took the initiative from the second part, guided everyone, and there are some people like who take the balli or hold the rassi and they does not let anyone to move. So it is important to take the initiative because the person who has the idea, like if you have done the enough practice, so surely you will have the idea. And there are, like you have earlier mentioned about the concept, there should be a fixing point, there should be a support, and you should know the direction in which you have to go. This is the basic point which I have remembered throughout the GTO and which helped me. I saw the fixing, I saw the support and the direction which I have to go, and I have the helping material. I used it, and every time whenever the obstacle is there, I took the initiative. And in PGT part, second, third, and fourth, these all I took the initiative, and the PGT was very much good.
Okay, good. So मतलब ये है कि you need to take initiative. अगर आप initiative लेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको lead जरूर देने को मिल जाएगी, और by chance अगर lead नहीं भी मिल पाती है तो आप पीछे से practical solution देते रहिए, because GTO is noting all these points. So इस चीज का ध्यान रखिएगा viewers. Certain good point given by him, and he has explained it in fact very in detail as to how to do the PGT. And the similar procedure, of course, at GT और फाइनल ग्रुप टास्क में भी रखना पड़ता है. हम देखते हैं, बात करते हैं कमांड टास्क की। टेल मी, जो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे जो कमांड टास्क का जो त्रिशक्ति डिफेंस एकेडमी लखनऊ में गेम खेला था, हाउ मच दैट वाज हेल्पफुल improving your giving command to your subordinates?
Yes, sir, it was very much helpful. Like the earlier, I was lagging in command. I have the idea, but I was not able to properly guide the subordinate. But this time, the command task was a little bit tougher compared to other tasks. Like I was called for 5 times as subordinate, so I saw every member's command task, and which was easier for me. I saw everyone's command task, so it was little bit easier. But when it came to me, the command task which was given to me, it was a little bit tougher. I followed the same guidance which was provided by you, and also the GTO has also mentioned to me like Utkarsh, you have to give the command in little bit high voice. So I think somewhere in PGT or HGT he saw me that uh, the idea which he is giving, it's not up to, like the voice is not coming to him. So he mentioned it in that, and that time I also remembered, yes, that the same thing you also told me. So at that time, the command was given in the proper way, and yes, it was completed on time. The command.
Okay, good, good, good. So finally, जो गेम हम लोगों ने यहाँ खेला था, that helped you, and rightfully GTO ने भी वहाँ पर थोड़ा पॉइंट आउट किया कि भाई थोड़ा सा जोर से बोलिए. रिमेंबर व्यूअर्स, ये कमांड टास्क है. कमांड में यू हैव टू गिव कमांड. मैंने देखा है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम व्हेन आई वाज देयर इन द कमांडेंट एसएसबी सिलेक्शन सेंटर जलंधर, एंड अर्लियर इट वाज इन कपूरथला, कि वहां पे बच्चे जो है खुद ही करने लगते हैं. आई मीन, यू एज अ कमांडर यू कांट बी डूइंग टास्क योरसेल्फ. आपने काम करवाना है, एंड वही चीजें जो है चेक की जा रही. सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू गिव कमांड एंड गेट द वर्क डन, एंड नॉट दैट यू स्टार्ट डूइंग फॉर योरसेल्फ. तो वो थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो जाता है. चलिए फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. इंडिविजुअल ऑब्स्टिकल्स, टेल मी हाउ मेनी इंडिविजुअल ऑब्स्टिकल्स आपने किए, एंड कोई ऐसा पर्टिकुलर सीक्वेंस जो आप समझते हैं कि व्यूअर्स को बतलाना चाहते हैं दैट दे शुड फॉलो.
Sir, I completed the 10 individual obstacles in 3 minute time. Yes, sir. And there is no regular pattern which is followed. Like I have visited almost all the 5 SSBs of Army and one of the SSB of Air Force. So there is no pattern of individual obstacle which is fixed. But usually I take those, like I make the pattern in such a way that whenever I end up one of the obstacle, the next obstacle starting point is next to the other all, like samne. So that helped me in the individual obstacle. It is more about like strategizing how you will start, and moreover also the fear factor which many of the candidates have, those all are checked in the individual obstacles.
ओके, सो कांग्रेचुलेशंस. इनफैक्ट बहुत कम कैंडिडेट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो हु कैन डू ऑल 10 आउट ऑफ 10, एंड और उनमें से भी और भी कम होते हैं जो रिपीट कर सकें. सो एट लीस्ट यू कुड डू ऑल 10 आउट ऑफ 10. एंड वन वेरी एक्सीलेंट पॉइंट विच उत्कर्ष हैज गिवन, कि ये नहीं है कि हाई से शुरू करो एंड फिर 9 नंबर कहीं और है वहां भाग रहे हैं. जो भी आता है, जब भी नंबर आपने किया है, उसके एंड पे जो भी स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द नेक्स्ट ऑब्स्टिकल है, तो आप उसको एक सीक्वेंस से करते चले जाइए, रादर देन रनिंग अराउंड. एक बार ये किया फिर उधर भाग रहे हैं. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम इन दैट, अदरवाइज आप पूरे 10 में से 10 कर नहीं पाएंगे. So that's a good job done, I must say, in the GTO as far as the individual obstacles is concerned. Now let's move on to the interview part. Interview कैसा रहा था, and apart from those rapid fire questions जो आप लोग बोलते हैं, otherwise those comprehensive questions as far as we are concerned, उसके अलावा क्या चीजें ऐसी थी जो पूछी गई थी?
Sir, there were many questions which were asked in the interview, and I think it was used to like pressurize. Like my college is in Jalandhar only. So first question he asked me like, why the name of this city is Jalandhar? The first question was this, and I really at that time I didn't have any idea why the name is, and so I told him like it was not all correct. I told it's because of it is between two of the river, Vyas and Satluj. So because of this, might be the name is given Jalandhar. But after like SSB, came to know that it's not the actual reason. It is about some from Mahabharat time. There was someone named Jalandhar. On that basis, it was came. And moreover, the current affair questions, it was asked in the interview, and which I have given the answers. And next, all the questions were related to my studies and what are the future options if I'm
Okay.
not get selected in the army or any of the defense services. Then what will be my future options? And he also asked like all the reasons why you have done this, why you have done this, and everything, like why I took the textile technology in NIT Jalandhar. He asked me the reason why you took this, and what were the other options of other colleges. So basically, he was testing about the does the person is reasonable or not. Whatever the work he is doing, he should be reasonable, and there should be a proper reason why the person is doing. So yes, that he was trying to inspect, and
Okay.
also he asked the questions like why you have not got recommended. And so I gave the answer all the questions.
Okay.
Yes.
ओके ओके दैट्स गुड सो व्यूअर्स एक तो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि जिस जगह को आप बिलोंग करते हैं, आपने जहाँ पढ़ाई करी है, वेर एवर योर कॉलेज वेर यूर स्टडीड, और दूसरे है कि जहाँ आप जा रहे हैं एसएसबी देने के लिए, उसके बारे में, उस शहर के बारे में, उसका इन्स एंड आउट थोड़ा पता करके जाइएगा, पता होना चाहिए. दैट्स नॉर्मल थिंग विच द इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर इज लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू. बाकी तो जो है रूटीन क्वेश्चंस हैं एंड करंट अफेयर्स पूछा था आपसे इंटरव्यू में कोई?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The current affairs
ओके
were asked.
ओके
Yes.
तो करंट अफेयर्स वाज आल्सो आस्क्ड, बट तो इसीलिए करंट अफेयर से देखिए व्यूअर्स बच नहीं सकते हैं आप. यू नीड टू चेक अप ऑन द लेटेस्ट एटलीस्ट लास्ट 1 ईयर के इवेंट्स को आप जो है रिवाइज करके जरूर जाएं, तो उसी में से कुछ भी पूछा जा सकता है. अगर आपका लक अच्छा है तो ही may just give a broad कि you can talk on any 1.1 current affairs news of India or outside India. But otherwise it may be specific also, so you never know क्या पूछे. So current affairs don't rule out. So that is all. I mean, all the 3 tests now we have covered. And what was your reaction जब आपको conference के बाद results बतला रहे थे and when your chest number was called, आपका कैसा reaction रहा था?
So firstly, the assessor mentioned it that the chest number will not be announced in a sequence. It will be in a random manner. So at that time, yes, sir. And I have made an assumption like maximum 10 or 12 members will be get recommended out of 40. And he
अच्छा.
announced my chest number at the very last. I was the 13th candidate, and likewise he was announcing the number. So yes, it
Okay.
was emotional and also a very proud moment for me when he announced the chest number. And at that time, after 5 minutes, I thought why he called my chest number at the last. I asked some of the
Okay.
members, is it like the because of the marking system or something? So SSR also told no, it's not related to that. It was just a random. So
Random.
and he
Generally वो लोग
congratulated me.
रैंडम करते हैं वो, एंड सो दैट
Yes.
थोड़ी धड़कनें बढ़ती रहें लोगों की कि अरे मेरा तो हुआ ही नहीं और पता चला सडनली नाउ योर चेस्ट नंबर इज आल्सो कॉल्ड. सो दैट वाज ग्रेट, ग्रेट एक्सपीरियंस. अच्छा, एंड लास्टली वी वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू कि आप यहाँ पर यू वर हियर विद अस एट त्रिशक्ति डिफेंस एकेडमी लखनऊ, and what would you like to tell the viewers about our academy? I mean, was it beneficial, not beneficial, or partially beneficial? कैसा रहा आपका experience यहाँ, and how much was it helpful in your actual SSB?
Sir, as I earlier mentioned, this time I was pretty much confident, and that confidence came from the coaching only. Because the amount of practice which I have put in psychology, interview, and GTO part, that helped, that made me confident that this time I will get recommended, and it is for sure. And if I talk about the interview part, which you have guided me the most, 2 times the interviews were conducted, and those helped me to know to know the weak areas where I lagged, and also I prepared it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
every day there is psychology like practice takes place. So obviously that helped me. Like the psychology was the easiest part for me in the SSB. In
Okay.
2 hours, the psychology was done, and for the GTO part, the tips which you have given, and also the physical like the there is playground which I in the evening we used to play along with the classmates. So these all helped me to maintain my fitness, as well as there were the candidates which were with me only. So we used to discuss about the SSB, like every day there is a lecturate. So we used to narrate each other about the lecturate. Everyone discuss about the topic. Then we narrate the lecturate thing. So that all helped me.
Okay. Okay. So, viewers, I'm quite sure we must be getting motivated from Utkarsh, and you must have noted down, find the tips which he has given. And we have covered moti cheezein, most of the tests which are important. We have already covered. And let me tell you, Trishakti Defence Academy Lucknow is being basically managed by the professional defense retired officers, army officers, who are helping you, and not by any civilians. It is being run by the defense officers and being coached and being guided also by. And we give very practical points हम लोग देते हैं, जिसकी वजह से हमारे success rate is better as compared to the other academies. So and we are looking forward for your participation and joining us. In case of any other issues, हमारे contact numbers नीचे हैं. You can contact us even if you do not want to join our academy. कोई doubt है, you are most welcome to contact me and my team of officers. So that's all. Thank you very much, Utkarsh, and congratulations to you. And Jai Hind viewers, do not forget to subscribe for our channel, and do like this video and share as much as possible. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.